Hello, Power fans of Mathonical. You're joining me for round 4 with Affinity. Our opening hand doesn't look the most exciting, but at least we will be able to play a game of Magic. We'll be able to have a turn 1 play with Springleaf Drum at some point in the future. We can get this Myr Enforcer down, and if we draw anything relevant, we will be able to cast it. So, we're going to go ahead and keep it. Looks like we're against some more burn. That's just how it goes sometimes. It looks like it's going to be a little bit slow, so we'll just quickly skip past that. Just going to get our turn 1 play down. Hoping for no turn 2 creature, we have a turn 2 creature. So now we would really like to have a Galvanic Blast or something off the top so we can get rid of that. And it looks like we aren't going to get that, but we can play the Atog, because this is going to get us pretty close to just winning with this Temur Battle Rage. We just hope we don't die quick enough. Firebrand Archer seems fine to me. If our opponent doesn't block here, we unfortunately don't have quite enough to win. The reason being, we need 2 red sources. If we had a second red source, we would be able to use the Galvanic Blast to just go to their face, plus Temur Battle Rage, sack everything and win. Unfortunately, we're going to have to hope we survive one more turn here. And then it's a question of, should we play the Atog or should we play the Myr Enforcer? So, our opponent's not going to block, we get in for the 1 damage. I play the Enforcer, but then I realize it probably would have been better to play the Atog. If our opponent goes and tries to kill the Atog, which they are trying to do, it does mean we have to sack one of our artifacts. If we had played the other Atog, we could have just let it go. Sacking artifact here means we may not be able to win next turn, but we'll see how it goes. I'm really afraid that our opponent will throw more spells at the Atog, because that would make it pretty bad for us. And it turns out they just needle drop our face. So I think in their position it would have been better if they'd needle dropped the Atog. It would have forced us to either sack another artifact, which would have made it less likely for us to combo kill them, or we would have needed to let the Atog go. So we're actually quite happy that they went for our face there. Here we're actually going to Galvanic Blast their face, because we may just be able to win with a full out attack next turn. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And Frogmite is really nice. It's a free spell that we can cast to add to our Atog numbers. And it looks like no matter what our opponent does, we're very likely to win here. Just blocking with the Alchemist means that we can very easily just tap for a bunch of mana, sack a ton of artifacts, get this Temur Battle Rage online, and now we have lethal. Just like that. Awesome. Good game. We're going to jump on over to game number 2. So because we did win with the combo kill that time, I'm a little bit more biased to keeping in the Temur Battle Rage this time. I'm still going to take out the 2 Flings, since those really only combo with the Atog. Temur Battle Rage can at least work on a lot of the other creatures to get in some additional damage. So we're going to bring in the 2 Dispels, 2 Hydroblast, and 2 Feed the Clans. Going to take out, this time I'm going to take out all 3 Flayer Husks, just because. I'm still trying out different sideboarding techniques against burn. So let me know in the comment section if you have some ideas or some of your own opinions on how this matchup should be sideboarded against. And let's see, what else we got? 2 Flanks, 3 Flayer Husks, and a land since we're on the draw. So taking a look at the opening hand. This is a bit of a sketchy one. We have 2 Metallic Rebukes, which would be really nice, but we don't have the mana to cast them, and it's a really slow wait till the Enforcer. We do have a Galvanic Blast, but it's not looking that great, so we're going to send it back. Here, I do like this hand more. We still have the Galvanic Blast to interact with our opponent. We have the Prophetic Prism if we draw a second mana source, which will really unlock our hand. So we're going to keep this one and hope the scry works out. Our saving grace here is our opponent did have to mulligan down to 5, so they had to mulligan to 4. Carapace Forger, you're not going to help us at all here, so we're going to send you back. Opponent has the Mountain and the Chain Lightning, so, well, Feed the Clan is nice if we can get to it. Unfortunately, we're drawing nothing that we can cast, and our opponent isn't casting anything either. Although, if we can just get to the part where we can cast spells, we're likely in a better position, just because we have more cards. So, let's see who gets there first. We draw our land, so it looks like we are the ones that got there first. So here we're just going to go ahead and get out the Frogmite. Actually, scratch that. Frogmite would have opened us up to a land plus Searing Blaze, and I decided instead to go for the Prophetic Prism just to kind of get our mana online. This gets us a lot quicker to the Thoughtcast, since we'll be able to play a 1-mana Frogmite into Thoughtcast next turn to really get ourselves ahead on the cards. An extra Frogmite is great, because that'll be free. And a land, now they'll both be free. So now we get to really just kind of go off by playing both Frogmites for free. We're going to be able to get a Springleaf Drum down as well. And we're going to be able to hold up a mana that will either be for a Galvanic Blast, a Dispel, or if they do nothing, we're just going to run out this Feed the Clan, even though we're not getting the Ferocious bonus. Just gaining 5 life when our opponent has mulligan down this far should be pretty backbreaking. We could have sent that back at our opponent, since we did have 2 red available, but I didn't feel the need to do that. We're just instead going to gain our 5 life and start beating in. We're essentially looking at multiples of 2, so Searing Blaze, we definitely don't want that to happen. We want to keep our clock at the rate it is going at. So here we are, we're just going to continue to play it out. Here, I skipped through that because things were going a bit slow, but we're just going to play a Prophetic Prism and get in for the damage. We're looking to get 1 more swing in to win this one, and even our opponent does play a blocker, we are going to have the Temur Battle Rage to try and win this one. Our opponent is going to go for blowing up our lands, and since they're completely tapped out, we're just going to use the Galvanic Blast on their face, and we're going to plan on attacking in. They must block. We're going to use the Temur Battle Rage on the second Frogmite for lethal. The only way they survive that is if they have a Pyroblast, blowing up 2 of their lands in the process, which I'm completely fine with. So, we do that. Jump back on over to our turn. Land doesn't do anything for us, but we're just going to swing in. Opponent's going to block. We're going to use a Temur Battle Rage on the unblocked creature. And if they don't Fire Blast, we will win. And we do indeed end up winning. So, currently 4-1. We're making the run for the 5-0. And I'll see you in round 5.